expect to make us
Never get sunny in the
school, primary school. The challenge is to keep the money coming into it.
It's got somewhere around. It's quite widely talked about. Go there again. Oh dear. We don't realise everything else in the building.
I'm surprised they have visitors with tourist boats.
The Gambia Basin's kind of short. I thought she was from East
Now, I will once again welcome you to the smiling coast of the Gambia. As some of you who have never visited the Gambia probably have taken some time to learn what the history of the Gambia is all about. Obviously, you are told the Gambia gained independence from British colonial rule in 1965, and hence the start of tourism in 1965. But the first people who arrived on the coast of the Gambia was the Scandinavians, the Swedish preferably. And then when you are told it came by accident, is that Bertil Harding was the founding father of tourism in the Gambia. He was on his way to southern Senegal when he eventually landed in the Gambia by mistake. Having spent some time in the Gambia and realized that he no longer needed to travel to Senegal because he has already seen what he wanted. The following year, he started his tour operations in Pressure, and then it was only 2 hotels in the Gambia, which were the Adonis Hotel and the Atlantic Hotel. The Adonis Hotel, unfortunately, is still not functional now, but Atlantic Hotel is still going on. You will also learn that the number of beds that we have in 1965 were not more than 300 beds. But tourism started growing in the Gambia between 1965 to 1975 until when the government recognizes it as a potential source of resources to foster development and started carving out the left part of this main road that we are traveling on. They have taken almost 1,000 meters to name it as the TDA, which is the Tourism Development Area. And that land stretches from Banjul down to Katong, which of course you may see later on, to the end of the Gambia. And then the Swedish, as I said, revolutionized tourism in those days. Until 1981, when a coup d'etat happened in the Gambia. It was a bloody coup d'etat in an attempt to overthrow the then government, but was not successful. However, there was a standstill, and all tourists in the Gambia then were ought to go back to their respective nations because of the unstable nature of the Gambia. Shortly after 1981, 1982-83, the Gambia experience stood on its heels and tried to revitalize tourism in the Gambia, and so started the market in England or the United Kingdom. Since then, the English people started dominating the country in terms of tourism, and then the largest number of tourists started coming from the United Kingdom, that is UK and Scotland. Until 1994, when another change of government come in, and this time the government was changed, also brought in another standstill. But still, the Gambia experience stood on their heels to try to promote the Gambia as a safe haven. And in 1996, when the Gambia was restored into a democratic rule, tourism started on its heels again. Until present day, the the English have dominated the Gambian market. There's some tourists from the United Kingdom. But you will also realize that you will also realize that for tourism to be successful, all stakeholders, all players must put their hands together to promote the development of tourism. Yes, we will say today, I wouldn't give you the figures because there is some debate on the figures, but I believe as we go on, you will dig out some information and you will get to see at relevant points what are the necessary figures or the exact figures. So, because Bertil Harding started tourism in the Gambia, this street that we are on was named after him as Bertil Harding Highway. And then in 2001, this place where we are now, which is called the traffic light, was the first place where we have the traffic lights. And as a result, the area of this place is called traffic lights. Today we have more than 9 traffic lights. I hope before you come we have 20 of them. The Gambia has grown rapidly and tourism has contributed over 16% of GDP in the Gambia.
Sorry.
Notwithstanding, we are made to understand that it's not the highest income earner, which is agriculture, but tourism is almost competing agriculture neck and neck. So the importance of tourism to the Gambia cannot be overemphasized. But I believe over the course of the week, what you will see and what you will learn, and by comparison with the international standards of tourism, of course, at the end of the week, you will be much loaded with information that you can, of course, use for your whatever needs in your course or your career. As a student, I think the most important thing when you travel to a destination is to know the geographical layout of the destination and what the destination has to offer for the people who are there to visit the destination. In population, the Gambia is not more than 1.5 million. And lots of things in the Gambia are one. Like on your left hand side is the International Stadium, which if you missed the match yesterday, Manchester was playing against Chelsea. I hope I don't have to talk much about football now, or else we have a problem. Well, you will also realize the Gambia has different cultures and tribes. Details of this I will give you when we arrive at the crocodile pool. And then you will understand the local setup of our tribes and cultures. The Gambia, you will also be told, on the international scene, especially in Africa, not in West Africa only, is one of the most stable countries in terms of peace and one of the fastest growing economies within the sub-region. It has a young university which you are very much closer now. Just right ahead. That story building you see is the faculty building of the University of the Gambia.
Yeah, I did the makeup flex.
There's not yet a campus, but it's on progress. And the university, of course,
It's got a huge master plan.
has some connections with Leeds Metropolitan University, as you are already told. So you can see how much the Gambia is endeavoring to build the human resource capacity. Unfortunately to say, tourism is yet to have a degree module or a certified module that people can study. So the Gambia, in short, is one of the destinations that you can, yes, say, come and live and enjoy. And hence our slogan, the smiling coast of the Gambia, doesn't only refer to the coast smiling, but the friendly and hospitality nature of the people. People are very friendly here. And attestation to that is, everywhere you go, people will try to talk to you and make friendship. And as a result, of course, will give a lot of hand, which may be strange to you. Don't be frightened with people giving you hand. It's a culture here of greeting you. And you'll hear often the word Assalamu alaikum, meaning peace be with you, peace be upon you. So just respond positively. If you can't understand the response, of course, Malaikum Salam, but you can give hand back. And it all goes to show how much we are connected.